7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right. Hopefully we're working.
I hope so. Are we? Nope.
Pete.
Not
I don't
working.
know what's up with yours. Where are we on the line? We're there, right? John.
Yeah.
Can you see us?
Yes.
Hey, at least
Yep,
we're here.
you're
So
on.
hello, everybody. While Pete's frozen,
I see you guys on.
I'm going to go ahead and fade to John and me because Pete's having computer problems. It seems to be a connection or something. He's got great internet speeds, but this isn't working. So I may bring him on another channel in a couple of seconds after we say hello to everybody and see if Pete comes and joins us again. So welcome to Interfleet Broadcasting.
Hello,
Hello. We are the sci-fi 70s, 80s, 90s, pop culture, sci-fiction podcast, broadcast, vidcast, whatever you're going to call it. And we are happy that you are here. Hopefully there's some people out there because I can't see anything on my end. Once again, I'm in the process of moving. So things have been a little haywire. And hopefully things will settle down after the 3-day weekend coming up. So hopefully you all have something going on this 3-day weekend as well. But anyways, we're going to give Pete another second to get back here. And maybe not.
Hold on. Lola's here. Chuck's here.
Yeah, cool.
David Francoeur. Mr. Rodder.
I can pull
Commander.
that up. Yeah.
Mike DeBrun.
There we go.
How you guys doing?
We can do that.
Oh, there you go.
There we go. Now we can see it.
Modern technology right there.
That's it. The Cylons have taken over once again.
Everything's very efficient now.
That's it. And now that Pete is gone, things will work much better.
Yeah, excellent.
The colonial representation for our broadcasting is not there. So I know that you and Chris, 2 weeks too. Everybody seems to be moving. I got people at my office that are moving. It's like, yeah, I'm moving. Oh yeah, so am I. This is that's why all the boxes have disappeared that I squirreled away on the loading dock. So yeah, I took those. It's like, I need those.
I was about to ask, are the Target boxes more sturdy than the Home Depot boxes that we use?
A little bit. Just the ammo boxes are amazing. We'll just go there. So as you can see behind me, I am moving to Aquila. Me and Volpa have been banished to that watery planet. Some of you guys know what I'm talking about. Your true Battlestar fans out there will understand. Hopefully my circuits won't rust. But anyhow, we always start off the broadcast with
There's a nice
beer,
little Lucifer unit there, though.
Yeah, a beer and a challenge, a thing. So tonight I'm going with Dragon's Milk. Focus. Oh, you're not focusing.
Dragon's Milk.
Yeah, maybe my autofocus is disabled. Yeah, well. There we go. Dragon's Milk.
Oh, yeah.
It is oatmeal cookie. Why does anybody make a beer that makes it? I don't know. That's
Yummy.
Yeah. I'll eat an oatmeal
Too much.
cookie any day, but I I'm not sure I want to drink one as much as they come out with, but this is a bourbon barrel aged beer with 11%. You got anything tonight?
Oh, wow. I have Berliner Weiss
Berliner Weiss.
from yep.
That's interesting.
It's a German sour wheat ale. It's like a Gose. Like a Gose beer is only like two cities in Germany that make it, so it's very rare. But it's like a sour beer, and this is coming out of White Birch Brewing, up at Dave's area, Nashua, New Hampshire, up by him.
Nashua.
New England accents, you gotta say it differently.
The New Yorker. How does a Nashua? How does that work?
We get yelled at for saying stuff the wrong way up there. So if you say like Gloucester, they say it's Gloucester, and
Gloucester?
different names like that. So they have their own accent all to themselves.
All right, so I'm going to pop mine open.
Being a Red Sox fan, I learned that.
You ready? 1,
Yep.
2, 3.
Oh.
That sounds. It smells good. And I don't have anything to dump this into, so I'll be drinking directly out of the bottle. So that's quality there. Wait a minute, my Cylon assistant is getting me a glass. Yes, it's good to have Cylon assistants.
Yes, it is. Until they turn on you and don't do what I tell you anymore.
You have minions.
I have my minions.
I have minions.
Minions are getting big, though.
Yes, that's when they talk back. Thank you, Cylon assistant. It's always good to have. I'll be drinking out of my Blue Squadron glass. So let's pour this out and see what it looks like. Ooh,
Got a nice little ale there. Nice color.
look at that.
Not bad.
This is dark. Yes, it's like oil. It's like Cylon oil.
Oh.
I think I scraped this
That's
up into
gonna
my
be good.
Raider.
That's definitely good enough to clean everything out.
That's it. That'll clean everything out of it. So,
Thick and powerful.
Yeah, hopefully Pete will join us in a little bit, but if not, we'll just keep going. We got this. Let me throw up the things. So we would like to welcome you. We broadcast every Thursday, and we don't usually miss any. Lately, things have been challenged, but we've still gotten through it. So hopefully you hang in, and things get better when the internet gets connected, and I'm not running off wireless. Which is my worry, but it looks like it has no effect on me or John. But Pete, I'm not so sure what Pete's problem is. But anyhow, we always like to welcome everybody and thank everybody. So it's so important that we recognize the people that are behind the scenes, the people who are writers, and people who are artists, like we had last week, the stop motion, which, by the way, I found my movie that I talked about last week, my own stop action. I got to find a way to transfer it because maybe somebody knows what size this is. So anyways, I'm not sure what, I forgot, 8mm maybe? I'm not sure.
Maybe, yeah.
So I found it. This is the lead. You're not gonna. There's the. Yeah, I see it. Yeah, I can't even tell. I tried to look at it with a light, and I can't tell.
Wow.
It's too small. But I found it, and it was while I was moving. So I was like, "Oh my gosh, look what I found!" Now I just got to find a way to play it, and hopefully get some of that stop action. Stuff that I had done before. Anyhow, I just went off the rails once again.
I contacted Golden Fleece for him. And,
oh, did you?
I gave him a
That's
contact.
great.
Yeah, so hopefully it works out.
Oh, yeah. And so the artists and stop motion people and special effects people and everything is great that moves the fandom forward. But in the end, it's the fans that create the fandom, and we want to recognize them as well. So we always have a toast. Pete's back. He looks like he's on his cell phone. Just in time for... you there?
I am there.
Okay. Oh. Yeah, just in time for the toast. What do you got to drink tonight, Pete?
Oh, I dug up a lightly bent.
Oh, that's one of the ones I brought up. That's up where my neck of the woods. Is
That's
it warm or is it cold?
It's room temperature. I'm
Wait a
drinking
minute.
it the way
No.
it's like the British drink, right? That's the way you're supposed to drink beer, right? It's
They
not
keep it
supposed
down
to
in
be
the
cold.
cellar, so in the wintertime it's colder, and in the summertime it's a little
Yes.
warmer. Yes.
Exactly. There we go.
Anyhow, thanks for joining us, and I'll let Pete say it tonight. It's because of the fans, and we always say...
Fans fuel the fleet, everybody. So
Fans fuel the
thanks for
fleet.
tuning in. I'm gonna wait a second. Let me catch up to you guys. I don't know, John, are you ready?
John,
Yes, I am. I
Okay.
was just emailing.
I
I
saw
guess.
you looking down. I
Nice
didn't know
and
if you were
dark.
caught up in some kind of specialty.
darkness.
There we go. I got The Empire Strikes Back.
Ooh,
I'm gonna
on the
try
phone.
to.
Gosa.
You got
Yeah.
beer? You like your
Well-
beer with that foam?
I have, yes, I do, as a matter of fact. Thanks for joining us. We've got a bunch of new people. So Brady and Percio and Josh.
Oh, wow.
Thanks for joining us live, guys. And all right, what the heck?
Yep.
Here's
to
to
you.
you. Fans fuel the fleet, guys. Thanks for joining us.
Okay.
Oh yeah, good stuff.
Okay.
Excellent.
That does not taste like oatmeal cookies.
Just put some cane sugar in it, Chris,
But-
and you'll be fine.
But it doesn't taste like oatmeal cookies, but I can definitely taste the bourbon barrel aged. And that's a good stout.
Okay.
I like it. I don't get the oatmeal cookie taste out of it, but it's not bad. I'll have to tag them in the video later.
Yes,
it
of
is
course.
Dragon's Milk. They do a lot of different ones. Dragon's Milk Cellar. Yeah. Anyhow.
Cool. Well, Lola's with us, Chris, and
name's
so is
Lola.
Rob Baum and Chuck and Charlene and Mediocre Modeler. Excellent. Paul, of course. Coleslaw. Hey, what's up?
Coleslaw?
Dave Francoeur, a good friend of ours. Susan, thank you for joining us. Let's see who else is. I mean, it's great. We got a bunch of people watching. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Hey, do you remember we did that special, Chris? We did a segment that was exclusive with our good friend Chris McCauley, and it's blown up. It's like 10,000 views. So thanks everybody for watching our special that we did not too long ago. And that's me.
Working on it.
I think you're working on it. So just I'm getting all centered and fixed up here. I'm broadcasting slightly different. You can see some of the cool stuff that's hanging on the back of the wall is from the book that I wrote.
Okay.
You guys know I'm a historian, but anyway, we're waiting for John 1 to get set, and once Chris presses some buttons, we're going to do everybody can see that. What are you doing, man? You're having too much fun. Too much fun with this.
It's Super
Oh, my
Pete.
God. Yep, that's right.
I have control.
Mike, hey, they're out of control is right. Hey, Mike the Bruin, what's up, buddy? Glad you got your stuff. I'm glad that everybody by now, everybody should have gotten all their perks. That took us a while to get out, so apologies for that. But it's been a little bit crazy trying to get it all together. But everybody got their hoodies, everybody got their stuff and their posters and all kinds of cool stuff that went out. Thank you so much. Looking forward to, bringing a quick update. I know that Chuck Davenport, our editor and head of the CG team, has a couple of things that he's helped post So for you guys that are watching and you don't know, we have the Stranded Warrior fan film that we did, and it's working slowly but surely. It's getting there, and so that's. If you go over to the Stranded Warrior Facebook group, you'll be able to see that we have some updates that we're doing pretty much on a weekly basis. So thanks everybody for doing that. Chris, I can tell that looks like your box there. You're going to mark this. Yep. So soon enough, you'll be moving on. So that's
sooner or later we'll be moving. Right now, I'm surrounded by boxes and trying to consolidate the crap I have.
Let me just practice.
Yep. Yeah. Yes, mediocre modeler, up close and personal. That's right. Cylon humor, Chuck. Absolutely.
That's it.
So
I control.
Hey.
I have control.
Yeah. Out of control is right.
I have control. Not out of control.
No, yeah, you're a little bit of both tonight, but that's okay. We're gonna make this work. We're experienced with live broadcasts and the beauty and all the different things that come up with that.
Excitement.
It's never easy. It's exciting. Raising all kinds of Felga carb. That's right, Paul. But listen, guys, thanks for tuning in. We have a great author coming up, and Kevin Wright is going to be with us, and he is a sci-fi, horror, and fantasy writer, right? And so he does he covers a lot of different things. He's put out a whole bunch of different books. I want to know more about. There's one particular one called "The Clarity of Cold Steel," a gritty steampunk book, detective novel. That's probably one that I definitely will look into. I want to share some stuff that I've picked up along the way, guys. Some other updates.
I'm ready for John.
What link should I send him? What code? What code should I send him?
Interview 1.
I'm 0463, right?
Yes, sir. He needs. Give me 1 second.
I'm going to show this off then. While you guys fool around with that, I want everybody to take a look at that. Ooh.
1251.
What the hell happened? Oh boy.
Anyway,
let's send
Dark
him.
Legacy.
Let's send him 1251. That will work for now, and I'll make it work after that. Oh, this has been fun.
Dracula. So our buddy Chris McCauley, and the one that I just showed you guys a second ago. That's of course Dark Legacies. That's number 1. And this also
saw the
Chris
news today about
McCauley's
Dark
Earth
Legacies,
Branch.
right?
Yeah, man, good stuff. It's happening.
Yep.
Dark Legacies is definitely happening, and I don't know. It's just exciting. Just a lot of cool stuff going on, and we're privileged to be a part of it on the ground level. And there's TV shows and books, novels, graphic novels, games and video games and movies and all kinds of great things coming out of the mind of Chris McCauley, and we wish him all the best. I know that he'll come back. In the meantime, you guys should stay tuned because we're going to be doing the exclusives with a bunch of our guests. So is John 1 ready?
Yes,
Chris?
I think so.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
All right.
Sorry about that.
You got to get the daggett under control.
So news
there.
anchor.
Dun dun dun.
And
News anchor.
yes, so
gotta
John
get a-
1 is with.
Yeah, got to get a
There we
intro
go.
for you, sir. Uh-oh. John?
Uh-oh. What happened?
Uh-oh, what happened?
John's just some.
Uh-oh, on
did I get knocked out?
live is not usually good.
Yeah.
Oh no, John.
There he goes. He's
John's
good.
breaking down.
You're good now.
Uh-oh.
You're
He's
good now.
breaking down.
You paused.
You want me
it
to sign out and
somehow.
sign in?
No, you're good. You're good. You're a little
Are we
slow
going to have
now.
a complete failure here?
No.
All right, we're good.
I think there's going to be a
Stuck.
meltdown.
You're stuck.
Yeah, let me
Just
sign out.
talk
Sign
it
back in.
all.
Complete
I'll
meltdown
change
of the
it.
whole system. That's what we're going to have.
That's it. All right, John, you still there?
I think that... Is anyone there? Hello? Hi?
Have we lost
Anybody there?
everyone? It's just me.
Nope.
No, I got Pete. Pete. We're gonna have John now.
Chris, you should run with it.
It's New York. What do you expect? That's the problem. It won't let the signal cross the
Tag team.
border.
Yeah, tag team, man.
It
I think you
won't
need
let
a
the
new
signal
laptop,
cross the
Chris.
border.
You need a new laptop, man.
No,
All right, so-
I think it's the internet connection, but I'm not sure.
You think so? I've done
That's
like
possible.
how many speed tests, man?
No.
I mean, I don't know.
Maybe
I don't
it's mine. I don't know. Maybe it's dropping something, but it seems to be working on my end. I don't
Oh.
see any delay or anything. Is John back? No, he's not.
I don't know. George G's in the house. Hey, George, thanks for joining us, man. Appreciate all the help. Sending all those, right? When you guys see anything that we post that says, oh, GG, that's George Yakumis. So thanks, George. One of our associate producers, co-producers here on IFB. Thank you for doing what you do. Thanks for checking in. Baz from Down Under. Baz, thank you so much for checking in as well, man. Thank you very much. This is it takes a village, and we have a really good team. We have a really good group of supporters. Really appreciate you guys helping us out and tuning in, and we have a good time. We've gotten to meet a lot of you at conventions, and we hope to keep meeting up with you guys. And AwesomeCon is coming, and we do have a booth, so we will be there in force. I believe that we're looking to have a couple of the guys, 2 or 3 of our guys are going to be coming out. So Saturday will be, I think, the biggest day for everything. And so if you're going to be around DC area, definitely come on in, stop by the convention. It's a really good one. And do you have the dates handy, Chris?
No. I'm working on setting thing. I'm trying to get John and everybody else set up. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, well, it's March 8th through 10, so that would be, on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Saturday is the 9th, AwesomeCon. They gave us a booth again this year. Last year, you guys saw we had a really, really good time. We had a lot of great interviews, so it was very productive. Made a lot of good connections. Our friend Joe Carabeo, he actually sent us down all the finalists from the actual film festival. And so we got to interview them, and so it was really good. So we're looking forward to another great time at AwesomeCon in DC, March 8, 9, and 10. The 9th will be a big day for us. That's the Saturday, guys. So please, if you can come out, if you had to choose one day, definitely make it that Saturday. We're going to have some surprise Colonial Warriors there. That's going to be a lot of fun. I hope I'm still coming through. I don't know if Chris has crashed another computer.
I'm getting Kevin set up.
So I don't know what's going on. But
looks like we got John back. I've been, that's that duck on the water thing.
So we
Everything
got
looks
John,
smooth on top.
We got
right
John.
Now we're pedaling like a son of a gun.
Is our guest up?
John's back, and then our guest
this is
up.
Great.
Oh, put him in the kennel.
We're having all kinds of issues, man. This is fantastic. I mean, it took us 4 seasons to get to this point.
Oh yeah, we've been doing great, and now the challenges hit.
You're gonna fix it, I know. No matter what,
yeah. We'll fix it. We'll get there.
Chris, when you're ready to jump onto our
John's
platform,
ready.
Just give me a heads up.
Here we go, John. Go ahead.
Go for it.
Hey guys, you hear me?
Yes.
How's everybody?
Physically, good.
All right, you guys got me. All right. Mentally, yeah.
Mentally, it's been a challenge the last couple of minutes.
But you're doing great. You're doing great.
All right. It's now John 1.
All right, just a quick little report for things to come. Ewan McGregor wants a second season of Obi-Wan Kenobi. I don't know what he's going to go do from there, but I think the first season was a standalone, but we'll see. He's asking fans to write to Disney for help to get that season going.
Really?
So, what's he going to get, a second attempt at Darth Maul this time? But we'll see. Hopefully he'll get it. And the fans will be happy.
I'm shocked that they haven't
Percy
picked
Jackson
that up.
has received a green light for... I know. That's why I'm surprised. It did so good. You know, it got a lot of critical acclaim. So he wants another one, so hopefully he'll get it. He wanted the Obi-Wan series, and he got it. So I'd say second season probably good. And Percy Jackson has been greenlighted for a second season. It's
really good.
Pretty good series. You know, I enjoy it. You know, the mythological stuff, and the storyline's good. So my kids like it, so we watch it together. So that's good, and I like it. So,
I like it a lot. It's good.
it's a little adultish. Yeah. It is. It's a nice adventure. It's got a nice little adventure to it. So I kind of enjoy it. So hopefully that's coming to a second season. That should be out next year or so. So that's good for us. And what else? And it's coming back for its third and final season. Unfortunately, I like the animation. I like the storylines. I hope they do another thing like this. But The Bad Batch season 3 is coming out February 21st.
The voice
That's
acting
the end
is
of the
good in
season for
this.
The Bad Batch, guys. It is. It's the storyline is pretty good too. I like it, but I'm mad that's only gonna do 3 seasons. They could do a lot more, but you know, they have to make way for the Empire. Hopefully, the Empire will get a nice series of its own, but we'll see from the Empire perspective. I'm hoping. And the House of the Dragon, that'll be on Disney 21st, and we have a Supergirl, the House of the Dragon's Millie Alcock. She played the princess in House of the Dragon. She's going to be the new Supergirl in James Gunn's DC universe.
Ooh.
I guess I can see it. You know,
Yeah.
she has that look, so it's pretty good. She beat another one too, but I kind of like. I'm going for her now, so I think she's better, Supergirl. So that should be out next year. James Gunn's doing all these changes, but we're not hearing anything yet. So, and we haven't done this in a while. We like our authors at Interfleet Broadcasting, and this month's sci-fi book you should check out is X-40. Michael Crichton, story about a genocide survivor.
Oh, we're starting to lose you, John. Hang on. Let's see if I can fix this. Give me 1 second. All right, try it again.
Blast the Past, Thundercats episode 1 is coming out at the comic store. By Diamond Comics. The series is really good. Really good and nice series like that. But we're trying to get that. Go down to the comic store and get a copy.
Your audio is cutting in and out. I might check your mic, but
And that should be it for me.
there we go. Well, now it works.
All right.
Let's start with
We got-
Exordia.
Oh, Exordia. It's like a Michael Crichton meets Venom in this story about a genocide survivor who joins a team investigating a mysterious signal from the universe. So they try to investigate and see what happens to it and follow it, and they find like a bunch of monsters that try to kill him. So it looks pretty good. So check that out this month if you can library it, but it looks like a good book for the pick of February.
Now, Thundercats.
And, Thundercats issue 1 is out in your local comic book store right now.
Gotta go.
I got the box set. I watched them alone. I even watched them on. I think they're on Hulu now. But the series was good, and this is a good series. When I was a kid, I used to watch at the school. So I'm gonna go down this week and pick up issue number 1 and support the fandom. It's an old series, and we should be supporting it. So
All right,
I'm
having a what the little guy in the bottom left. What was that guy's name?
That's Snarf.
Snarf. Is that Snarf?
Snarf.
Snarf.
That's Snarf.
Yep. I
Snarf.
could not remember Snarf. Tigra.
Tigra. Chitara.
Chitara. That's it. Chitara.
Chitara. Lion-O. I don't see. Is that Panther in there? I don't see Panther. Oh, Panther's in the background, I think.
Those were
There used to be Mumra.
Yep. Mumra. Thunder. They actually sell. I can't remember who sells it, but it's very expensive. They sell an actual sword that lights up. I want to say it's in the realm of like $800.
They also
Money
sell
well
lion
spent, really.
teeth. Of course. I mean, the Sword of Omens is great. Yeah. Hopefully it'll grow.
Yep.
when you do it. That's
think,
it's in my secret collection.
And once again, we've lost Pete.
Oh.
Oh,
And there's
but a very stoic, frozen screen.
oh, he's lost in thought.
Can we mimic that together? Let's
See.
wait, I gotta get closer. That's over this way. Go this way. I got half face too. Oh, wrong side. There we go.
What the beep?
Pete's switched to his phone and still not able to get a hold of us.
Wow.
I tell you, it's crossing the border in New York. I know the last time I crossed the border to see Pete in New York, they pull you over right after the tunnel and they wire your horn to the brakes. So every time you hit the brakes, the horn goes off. It's a requirement. I'm sorry, I didn't know, but they pull you over, say, hey, if you hit your brakes, it's required that you hit the horn. So
Beep. That's
I don't think I've ever been anywhere that uses the horn more. Oh, I take that back. I was stationed in Sicily for a while, and the horn was a normal. It was used very well, as a matter of fact. Every time you pass somebody, you hit a horn. Anytime you wanted to pass somebody, you double tap the horn. It was a very, very useful device. Whereas in America, it's more of a anger management device.
I was about to say, the culture is it's very helpful over there. Over here, it doesn't mean a thank you.
I'm not sure what it was
nothing.
used for over there, or over here, but as over there, it actually had a function. Unfortunately, over here, it does have a function. It just relieves the stress when you say beep. Yeah. So
anger drivers.
Anger drivers. Yep. So you want to do an intro for our guest, and I will start moving Pete's photo or video off of the guest one and putting yours on there because Pete is lost in the stratosphere again. So give me a second. And, you want to do an intro, and I'll be looking like this, everybody. It's okay. That's just working. I'm clicking buttons. It's that duck on top of the water. Everything looks smooth, but down below, I'm pedaling like a. Never mind.
Well, our next author is Kevin Wright. He's a sci-fi fantasy writer. He's got some books out that we're going to discuss and talk about his world creating. They look pretty good. I kind of like them. So he's got Lords of Asylum. I like to read that. And I also have another one that I want to look at. He's got another of a book for the fantasy realm. Mostly a fantasy writer. So it looks pretty cool. So the one book I want to ask him about is Terminus Rex. I think that looks like a pretty cool book. I might like this character. So, ladies and gentlemen, our guest is Kevin Wright. He's an author.
Give me a
He's gonna tell us
second.
about himself. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. I thought I was keeping you. I was holding you guys up.
I'm working on it. Just give me a second.
I mean,
I'm paddling. You got to help me paddle. Nope. Was that good
that's like
stuff?
sour beer.
Hang on.
It's pretty sour. That is sour. Oof. Yeah, it's good beer. Oh. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. So we're getting there.
You're supposed to be talking. Keep talking. Keep talking.
Yep. And it looks like a knight's fighting. So I wonder who his bad guys are. And he also has a Definition of Vengeance, and Last Benediction in Steel, and Lords of Asylum. So I'm saying that I think he's a fantasy writer.
Yeah,
that's pretty good. I think so. I like these fantasy writers.
So I've got it, but you're identified as New York Pete now, so we'll have to make that work. So, welcome, Mr. Wright. Hopefully your audio works. Hang on. Interview 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. There it is. Now we're good. Check.
We good?
We're good.
We're good.
Oh, awesome. Thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate this. And sorry about any technological problems that were because of me, because I am pretty much technologically inept. So I try my
So
best.
are we.
But, well, you guys are actually fixing this. John was sending me messages, and I'm like, oh, God, I don't know. I'm trying to take a screenshot. And, yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Take your phone out and let's do a FaceTime. Let me look at your screen.
Yeah,
That's how we...
Yeah.
So, welcome.
Well, thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. This is the first time I've done an interview, really, besides one with a friend. But,
Yay.
So I can't really, you know.
What an experience. Yeah, this is great.
No, it's awesome.
Did I lose you, John? John, you're there. Okay.
No, I'm still.
Okay.
Just look it up. I was just listening to Mr. Wright. So how you doing, Mr. Wright? How's things? Welcome to the show. Thank you for coming on.
Look,
got a little technical stuff here, but I gotta move my head so Chris doesn't think I'm freezing up.
Chris gets
I'm gonna
panicky.
shake it once in a while.
I get panicky when things are freezing up.
Yeah, I feel like I'm lagging too. Hopefully, you guys can hear me okay, though.
Oh, you're perfect on our end.
Oh, awesome. I just bought these headsets, this headset for you guys the other day because I was using earbuds, so I figured it'd be best if I could, hear properly and hopefully speak properly. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
I just
But things are
changed
going
your
good.
return. Yeah.
So.
Good. So tell us about your writing experience. When did you get started? What made you do it? And your genre.
Well,
I think it's fantasy.
Yeah, it's mainly fantasy. I do a little bit of horror too, but been working on my Serpent Knight Saga series for the past 6 or 7 years. So all the books you mentioned before, starting with Lords of Asylum, is my Serpent Knight Saga. It's basically kind of like a Jack Reacher meets Game of Thrones. It's a first-person fantasy detective series set during the 100 Years' War in medieval Europe. So each book is, the main character is Sir Luther Slythe Crade, which, fun fact, since you guys were talking about Thundercats, his middle name Slythe is I got from the bad guy from Thundercats, the lizard guy who always got his butt kicked. But I've always been part of the lizard, so,
That's pretty awesome. So is it? Do you do a lot of historical research set during 100 Years' War, or is it just like a regular? What do you do?
No, I do.
Your main characters?
I try and use as much history as I can without. I mean, I'll mix stuff up, and I kind of keep the dates a little fuzzy. But if you know like 100 Years' War dates and stuff, you can kind of pick out some of the battles that Sir Luther's been in, and you can kind of guess his age and basically where it is. But again, I keep it. It's kind of like, I don't know if you ever read Spencer for Hire novels. He was like a Korean War vet, and by the end of like this, not even the end of the series, they kept going on. But he was, he'd have been like 70 years old or 80 years old, fighting guys and stuff. So I'm kind of taking a page out of that book and just keeping things kind of, nebulous as far as that goes, I guess.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool. And who's your favorite character? Who's the character you most relate to? Like to write about? Is there a main character in your stories? Or?
Yeah, I like Sir Luther, but he's got a sidekick called Carl Skullsplitter, and I call him
I like it.
Yeah. I call him the sidekick, but it's kind of like Big Trouble in Little China, where Jack Burton's the main character, but he's not necessarily the most competent guy around. Like Wang Chi is the guy going around kicking butt and doing awesome stuff, and Sir Luther does some cool stuff, but Carl is if you're in a pinch or something, you want Carl at your back, and he's a big reason why Sir Luther is still alive. So.
Oh wow. Can you tell us about Sir Luther? And he's in your series. Do you say is he on a quest? Does he do anything? I mean, what does he? Is there a protagonist there? Or?
Yeah, so he's so it's from the first. It's told in the first person from his perspective, and basically each book is a mystery, generally a murder mystery or whodunit, something to that effect. And it's I'd call it like low fantasy, but there's always some supernatural elements without giving away too much. But you can kind of, I'm basically going down the list of like I don't know, classic monsters from horror, and you know, they end up being you know, like the main the main bad guy, or one of the main bad guys anyways. So each one kind of addresses a different one. So I got vampires, I got werewolves, and you know, some other stuff.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Necromancers.
All right. Good. Any succubus and stuff like that, demons.
Yeah. So I've only got the 4 books out so far, but like I said, I'm adding a new one with each book. I have a 5th book coming out probably later this year. I just finished the first draft, and it's called Plague Maiden. So you guys can make of that what you will, but you know, so. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool. And what are your advices? I mean, your muses in writing? Are there any actors, famous stories that you get derived from writing that you want to use in your books? I mean, if I read your book and I say, oh, okay, I understand this and I can relate to this because I saw this movie.
Well,
yeah.
One of my big. Probably the one that I always go back to is the Maltese Falcon.
Ooh.
I like fantasy of all types, but I also like detective, and there's always a little bit of Sam Spade in most of the stuff that I do, and there's certainly a large amount of it in Sir Luther Slithe Crate. So you know.
So,
and then
so this is like a. So he'd be like a detective, or like the supernatural noir detective you see like in Kolchak, a couple of the Brian Krupp books and stuff like that. He's a detective, but he mostly deals with supernatural and stuff like that. Is that something like that, or?
Yeah. Basically, he's a knight, and he always gets stuck in some sort of situation where he's forced to, you know, solve a murder, and you know, it ends up having some sort of supernatural element and whatnot too. So yeah, kind of like a Kolchak set during like the medieval times and stuff like that. So yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Oh, nice. That's not bad. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna jump into my seat. I'm in a bad chair. Sorry, I gotta keep moving, Chris.
It's all right, I'm in my basement freezing.
Freezing? Where are you at?
I'm at my house, but my daughter, my wife are upstairs. My son's got COVID, so we got him like sequestered in the living room playing video games by himself. Yeah, he's doing fine, but it's you know, we're just you know, you just make do, you know. So.
Yep. I know that's like. You guys stay upstairs. I'll put the food on top of the stairs, and that's it. Come and get it. Yeah. We were like pushing cookies underneath the door at one point when my daughter had COVID last year and stuff, you know. So whatever, you know.
Make it work.
You know.
Yeah,
make it work.
Exactly.
Yeah. I see. I hear a northern, a New England accent. You from Massachusetts up there? You from up there?
I am from northern Massachusetts, right on the border with New Hampshire. So yeah.
All right, yep. So I know the accent. New York accents are different than Massachusetts accents. Go Sox, by the way. You're a Sox fan?
You know what? I used to be a huge Sox fan. In the past few years, I've just kind of not been paying attention to them too much, which is probably a good thing because they've been terrible for the past 3 years. But I used to love them. You know. After 2018, with that whole cheating scandal, it just. I don't know. I don't know. Well, we'll see. I may try and get back to him. You a big Yankees fan or Giants or what?
Nah, Sox fan.
Oh, all right. Nice.
Yeah. I'm probably one of the only few Long Islanders that are Sox fans, so it's good.
Oh yeah, I'm sure I'm surprised they even let you stay there. You know, so.
Yeah, I'm 1 of 7, so I always got to fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, wear my hat. They always make comments, so it's all right.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm
You
a
know.
proud fan. Hey, part of Sox Nation. So tell us about your other book. Is going to be do you write different books too besides your series now, or is there a different series coming out, or?
So I'm not working on a different series right now. I have a steampunk book called The Clarity of Cold Steel, and this is again it's basically like Sam Spade set in a post-apocalyptic city and he's trying to find a kid who's been abducted under mysterious circumstances. And it's basically the detective's name is Avinash Singh, and he's of Hindu descent, and he's basically going into this nightmare city to try and track down this kid that's gone missing, and is it kind of just goes downhill from there. So, but it's fun, you know.
Wow. And steampunk.
If you like
I was
horrible
gonna
things,
get
it's
into
fun anyway.
steampunk. Oh, yeah, it's a good book. Steampunk is very interesting to me. I just got into steampunk. Do you do a little research for steampunk, like making like vehicles, or what he does? What makes it what do you use to make it a steampunk? I mean, how do you define it as that? I'm just learning that now. Like, so I know steampunk.
With it seems like with steampunk, it's basically like technology kind of took off, basically, say in the mid 1850s or something like that, and but it just it stuck with steam. You never, electricity didn't really come about, so you have all these fantastic, you got like airships and submarines. You could have cars and tanks and stuff that are basically all run by steam. So I don't really get into the technology too much myself. It's mostly just story stuff, and for me, the steampunk stuff is like window dressing and whatnot. But I really do like it. It's kind of a neat I don't know, a neat genre or subgenre of sci-fi or fantasy, whichever you want to say.
Yeah. Some good stories. I started reading some books from that, so I'm getting into it.
Yeah.
But that's pretty cool. Nice. That's pretty good. So do you do a lot of conventions? Do you do signings or?
Not really. I'm not really a big name, guys. That's why I was surprised when you even got me. I'm like, I think you got the wrong guy. But I've gone and done a few. I've done a couple like conventions a few years ago with a couple guys that are in my writers group. But I haven't the past few years. I've been just kind of focusing on writing and just online marketing stuff and whatnot. So.
Oh, cool. Yeah. No. I saw your books. I looked it up when I called you. I said, just a fandom, and you write, and we like to introduce people with different genres in our show, and we thought it'd be a good series. So, I'm glad to get you on.
Appreciate it.
So, what's your
I'm glad you
what's
got
your fandom? What do you like to follow?
Oh man, so let's see. As far as reading, I still like Game of Thrones, even though people are not happy about the it stopping and whatnot. But Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings. I like let's see, Robert B. Parker with Spencer series, Lee Childs with his Jack Reacher series, which I don't know if you guys have Amazon Prime, but the show is very good.
Pretty good.
So yeah. And
series.
have you guys checked out the new season of True Detective yet?
Yes, it's amazing.
Yeah,
Although
I like.
She's looking old.
Well, we all get there, but
yeah,
it was nice seeing her come back as like a detective and stuff. It really reminds you of like Silence of the Lambs and stuff. So man, and after the second and third season, which the second season was not great, and the third season was okay in my opinion, but I'm really enjoying this fourth season. It's got like kind of a Cthulhu kind of feel to it for me, So
yeah, exactly. I mean, I haven't watched the first. I tried to get the first season and the second season. I couldn't get into it. This one, for some reason, they put that supernatural thing into it. I'm like, oh, I'm glued.
Yeah.
It's really good. And
the setting is great too.
That's what makes it a good horror story. The setting. I mean, the setting is one thing, especially in the time it's made. People say, you gotta make it like a certain time period, but that's scary as hell up there when it's dark and snowy all the time. It reminds me of 30 Days a Night.
I was just gonna say that.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean,
that was awesome.
Going up there and it's dark for every day, and they wake up it's dark. You go to bed it's dark. You're like, oh, you just go a little crazy up there.
I'm surprised it took horror writers that long to come up with that for an idea, because it was a great idea,
Yeah, definitely good. That's the power of the writers. They make that, and that's in their head, and they make the imagination, and they follow it, and that's a world builder. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
it scares the hell out of me though.
Awesome.
I still watch that show. It freaks me out.
Yeah.
But
And you have audio. Go ahead.
And what do you think about the new Lord of the Rings season on Amazon? Did you like it or not? Do you think it could have been better? Or?
Well,
I think it could have been better.
it could have been better. I wasn't as angry about it as everybody else was. I tried to just like with Game of Thrones, the TV show made me angry, and I kept going back to it, and I kept enjoying it, and it kept hating it. So it was this love-hate relationship. And with Lord of the Rings, I was like, I'm just gonna try and enjoy this, and so I enjoyed it. I know that's people probably want to hang me for that, but there was just one part in it where there I don't know if you guys remember, like there was like a warg, and it looked kind of like a hyena in it, and it looked so awesome. So I kind of gave him a pass on it for that awesome hyena kind of thing, So, but it could have definitely been better.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Especially the guy that directed it, he should have known what the Lord of the Rings was. But he said, "I don't know what the Lord of the Rings is," and it definitely showed.
Oh, really?
I digress. Yeah. I digress. But yeah, and especially the House of Dragons coming out this spring too for a second season. I think this spring or this fall it's coming out. So that was always good.
You know what? I did not expect to enjoy it because, like I said, like Game of Thrones at the end was kind of making me angry, and I really enjoyed it. I was like, all right, they did a good job, and you had dragons eating people and everything, so I was like, all right, this is and the guy who played the king, I don't know the actor's name, was fantastic, and really everybody was good. Matt Smith and the two women that were playing the I forget her name, but the princess, the queen, or whatever, she was fantastic too. So yeah.
I got a question from Mediocre Modeler. He wants to know if you could team up your character with someone, who would that be?
Oh man, you know what? I'm going to go back to Game of Thrones, but I've always been a big fan of the Hound from Game of Thrones because he's just a badass, and he kind of had like a code, even though he was like outwardly awful to everybody, but he kind of watch out for Sansa and stuff like that, and he was my favorite character from that series, so I put him up with the Hound, even though he'd probably murder Sir Luther out of annoyance in like 10 minutes or something, so.
All right, that's pretty cool.
What made you become a writer? Why?
I'm gonna use the old gateway drug of Dungeons and Dragons. So when I was like 8 or 10, me and my brother were at my aunt's house down in Winthrop for Christmas Eve. And my older brother Greg, he got the I don't know if you guys remember it, if you play, but the old basic set, the red set with the green dragon, and then I got the blue expert set, and which has still one of the best covers of anything on it. And so I didn't know what the heck it was, but we started playing Dungeons and Dragons, and I started playing being like a dungeon master for my friends, which is essentially writing a book. You kind of just lose control because your player characters do stupid things and ruin your story. So but that just got me into it, and that was kind of the next step for me. I went to college as an English major and decided, whatever I end up doing on the side, I'm going to write. So I've been doing that since I don't know, like the early 2000s, probably 2001 or so.
Oh, wow. That's cool. And being an English writer, writing books definitely helps. I'm always being yelled at my grammar.
Yeah. So. I've always enjoyed writing. I never really... I thought maybe I'd be an English teacher or something like that, but I decided I didn't want to deal with being... I couldn't be a teacher. I just... my hat's off to teachers. I'd be like murdering children all day if I was a teacher, and it would be a very long career, I think, So yeah, so
I'm familiar with that. So
yeah. It's frowned upon.
Yes, unfortunately, they don't allow tasers in the classroom.
Yeah. Oh god.
They fix that.
They got rid of the rulers when they got rid of the nuns.
All right.
Yeah. Oh. I talked to my brother-in-law, and he got beat by nuns, and it's like horrifying,
Yeah.
My great aunt too.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's crazy.
And it's funny. You look at other people, and they look at their handwriting. I said, "Well, did you learn that from the nuns?" Like, yeah. And I was like, "Yep." And that's I know how you learned it. Whack, whack, whack.
Yeah.
Great handwriting.
So,
I would never survive.
Yeah.
if you could write for any current, let's do that one, current franchise, which franchise would you write for? And it can't be Game of Thrones.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll actually say it would be Warhammer 40K because it's I just love that world. I've read like 3 books in the 3 books in I don't know, call it a series or whatever. But I just love these the giant like I don't know, like like Knights Templars on steroids in space, going into these giant space hulks and just, you know, carving up aliens and stuff. I love board games, and I bought that game Space Hulk a few years ago, and it's just so awesome, you know. So yeah, that's it. 40K.
Warhammer.
40K.
Yeah.
Oof. Warhammer.
I
Which
played.
one you like? You like which alien species? Do you know what species you like, or you like the Space Marines?
Oh man,
I like the.
you know what? And I'm gonna. I like the guys from Space Hulk, the ones that are basically rip-offs of Alien, you know. So I don't. They're probably not xenomorphs, but they look like xenomorphs, you know.
Wow. Oh, that's cool. I'm gonna try to get into painting the pieces. You know, I see a couple of the hobby stores. I'm gonna try some. So.
Oh hell no!
It's tough.
I can't.
But
Yeah.
I used to paint at a time.
I'll buy them painted. I can't paint.
I was
also
getting
you
into it a
collect
little
joy
bit,
toys.
right?
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, that's what I was just saying. I was getting into trying to paint minis and terrain and stuff for Dungeons and Dragons right before COVID started, and so I did like this whole big set of stuff. And my stuff isn't great. I'm not a good painter or anything like that. But then COVID happened, and like, you know, our game had to go strictly to computers and stuff. So all the work I put in was basically, you know, for nothing at the time.
Oh.
So, it's fun making the stuff, you know. But it's tough. I watch some videos. There's some techniques that make it a lot easier than it seems, you know.
I noticed some of your books are on
Okay.
audio. How's that experience? Do you interview the people who do the audio books, or you kind of farm that out, or how does that work for you?
So I publish most of my books through Amazon, and Audible's kind of like a subsidiary of them.
Mhm.
And you go through their website called ACX, and basically you can choose to pay a narrator. You can split or you can split profits with them. And so I've done both. I've split profits with one guy, and then I just paid the another guy up front. And you basically you put it out there for bid, and you know the guys will send you auditions, or women, whatever, and you just listen to them, decide whose voice sounds best for your narrator, and you just go from there. They're basically doing all the work. I mean, I was kind of thinking about making audio books, but then you got to get some of the equipment, and you got to get good at reading, and my main character's British, so it's like,
Oh my God.
I don't know if I could stand listening to myself doing a British accent for 10 hours. So I got some guys, two guys that both did fantastic jobs. So yeah, basically I farmed it out, paid them, and then just did virtually nothing except go through it and kind of just vet it, make sure everything was up to par as far as as I wanted it.
Did you listen to the whole book?
Yeah, that's
What's that experience like after you've written something and then you hear somebody voice act it?
It's pretty awesome, especially because like the first guy that did my books, I really liked it, but the second guy had this has like a I don't know, like a husky or smokier voice, whatever it is, but he did a phenomenal job, and it gets you a little pumped up, you're like, oh man, this is my stuff, and somebody's actually doing this, so.
So when's the movie?
Yeah, you know what? I as an independent author, I would be happy to sell out at the drop of a hat for anybody willing to buy the rights to my movies. Yeah. Maybe somebody's watching, whatever. They want to do like a stick figure, like cartoon. I'd be up for that too, No.
Just share the profits. There you go.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah.
That'd be fun. That would be fun.
Yeah.
Lots of CG though.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to see it more as a series on HBO.
There you go. You never know. We could be talking to the next person who has the HBO hit that's got to be better than The Waste of Time. I mean, Wheel of Time.
Yeah. That's another one where I was like, I'm gonna enjoy this, and I sat down and I just kind of shut off parts of my brain and just was like, whatever, I made it through the first season, but I haven't picked up the second one, so that's.
There was a second?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think there's a second season. I think it's out right now. I think it
I
came
wouldn't
out.
know.
Yeah, you got me.
I can't even get past episode 2. I keep falling asleep. I'm like, oh, and I wake up.
Yeah,
Oh, I missed it again.
Yeah.
That's the 5th time I turned it on.
Yeah.
So you got a
I kind of
new-
went that way with The Witcher too.
Ah, yeah.
You guys watch
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
I liked the first season. The second season was decent, and then the third one, I like Henry Cavill. He's good, and everybody's good. But I just stopped. Maybe I'll go back to it and stuff. So
I'm waiting for the
it's
Warhammer.
very similar to what I write. What's that? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Waiting for the Warhammer. He's doing that one. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Amazon.
Yeah. That'll be good. I hope it's good. Anyways, he seems to give a crap about the source material and everything. So
yeah, it's unusual to have an actor who's a fan. We talk about that all the time. We've met multiple actors, and they talk about their roles, but 90% of the time, they're like, "Yeah, it was a job. It wasn't something that was, most of the time the fans know more about the storyline and the uniforms and everything else that's behind it, like a writer would, because the writer wrote all that stuff. But the actor usually is just like, yeah, I played a part, I got paid for it, and it was great. But then every so once in a while, we had Richard Hatch for Battlestar Galactica, Henry Cavill, are fans of the show, and they really, they push the show afterwards. They live the show. They become a champion for the show. So it's very rare to have somebody like that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Awesome.
He actually paints the figures and plays the games. So it should be a good series.
Yeah, there's a
definitely
lot
shows
of
when you're
actors
a
out there
fan.
playing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of actors out there playing Dungeons and Dragons and tabletop and stuff. Back when I was in like high school and stuff, you were either a nerd or like a metalhead, and if you're playing Dungeons and Dragons and stuff like that, and now it's pretty mainstream. I mean, you can buy stuff like that. I've seen Warhammer board games in Target, and Dungeons and Dragons too, which is awesome. So.
Yeah, we were kids. We secret meetings to play Dungeons and Dragons Friday night. Okay, we'll sneak over to someone's house and we'll play. Don't tell anybody.
Yeah. It was satanic.
Yeah, we're gonna go in the basement. Yeah, I know.
Can't let people know. Did you know that guy played Dungeons and Dragons?
Yeah. I didn't tell my wife I played Dungeons and Dragons until after we got married. Because that just like.
Oh no!
Why does I don't understand certain things? So you had to tell me afterwards.
Yeah,
You get the
exactly.
look like, really? And then, really? You did? I'm like, yeah, here you go.
Yeah.
Look. And they're like, oh. I'll give you like that look.
Yeah.
You tricked me.
I know, right? It's too late now. Sorry. You're
late,
gonna have a bunch of
now.
nerd kids too. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm going to corrupt our children.
Yeah.
All right, so your next
cartoons
book
and comics.
is coming out when?
I don't have a hard date, but I'm gonna guess around September. I finished the first draft, and I'm working on the second draft right now. So I'm, just gonna be, going through it for the next 6 to 9 months or so. So.
So how? I guess the question. So you get the new book. Are you like on contract for the next book, or you're all independent? So you're independent. So you're not waiting for somebody to write something off. So how do you make time? How do you? I know you've got a family. You've got probably another source of income, maybe. How do you make time? How do you figure out? I'm going to sit down between this time and this time. Or do you just kind of, it comes to me, let me jot a note down and I'll get back to it? How does that work for you?
Well, it helps if your family hates you and you don't like them either. But I'm just kidding. Yeah. So I'm kind of lucky. I work as a firefighter, so I work 2 24-hour shifts, and on my days off, I sit down. I get the kids to school, do what I got to do, and then I usually try and put in like 3 or 4 hours every day that I can. And so I'm very lucky in that regard. I can fill the time in. I hear about people that work 9 to 5 jobs and they get up at like 4 a.m. to write for 2 hours a day, and my hat's off to those people. That's because you're getting up, you're working, and then you're gonna go to work and stuff too. So I'm very lucky in with my job schedule as far as that goes. So, but I also I enjoy it. So I always make time for it. I try and prioritize it too. If I do a bunch of stuff around the house because I'm at home and my wife works and whatnot. But I always try and make sure I fit the time in. Even if I'm working, even if I get only like, if I have a crazy day, I'll try and get 20 minutes in. So that I always feel like I'm moving forward in some regard. Even if I made like 2 sentences better or wrote 1 paragraph or something, it's something. It's forward momentum and keeps me keeps me attached to the project and whatnot. Because if I had to go like a week without writing or just do on weekends, I would find it very difficult. I think to be able to get back into the zone and whatnot.
For me, it would be get back and remember what I wrote before.
Yeah. I've been there too, trust me.
Let me go back and reread that. Yeah. Spend 20 minutes rereading why did I write that?
Yeah. Yeah, one of the tricks
Plus,
is, and I don't do. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, go ahead. I'm sorry. I'll say it. Then. Go ahead.
No. One of the tricks with writing is to just keep writing until you finish it, and then just and then go back and edit and whatnot, and just even if your first draft is terrible, I think as Hemingway said, or you just get it out there because at least you have something that you can work on, you can fix and stuff. So and I wish I was a little bit better at that, but I try and subscribe to that method.
I know writing. If you're thinking about something to write, I always have like a notebook in my pocket. Like you always show, a notebook. I'm making an idea, and it actually works because you're working, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this, and you're fixing something. You're like, oh wait, I got an idea, and let me just write that down before I forget it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I used to do that, and I got to get back to it.
Seems like
you come
my
up with
best
a great
ideas.
idea, and then you.
My best ideas come on the treadmill.
Oh, all right.
I can't write there.
Yeah. You know what? If you can get like a table that attaches to your treadmill. I actually had one for a little while, and I was trying to use it. So, yeah, I kind of gave it up.
That would break my neck.
Yeah. You're gonna walk really slow. Yeah.
You gotta switch to cardio if you go from the walking to sitting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, oh, maybe I can get some exercise while I'm just writing instead of, like you said, sitting around. But it was just, it didn't work for me.
Wow. That's good. You're doing what you love. And what was the name of the steampunk series you're coming out with? You have out now?
So the book I have is The Clarity of Cold Steel. And it's a standalone right now. My plan was to get into a series, but I haven't had the time. I've just been focusing on my fantasy series.
I'm
And it's
looking
available
now.
on
It's
Amazon.
clicking.
And
Yeah, that's where we're headed.
And
Give
do
me a second,
you have
I'll
your
pull
own
it up.
site or just do everything on Amazon?
just on Amazon. I also have a Facebook page, and I had a website a while ago, but I just kind of let it lapse. I've sent out a newsletter every couple months too, just to stay engaged with fans. So.
Let me put that down. It's not enough.
Yep, that's it. Yeah, it's basically looked like Sam Spade there too, So, like I said, I like detectives, so it's kind of almost like a seasoning that I put into any of the books I write.
Wow.
And then what's your
Definitely,
website?
Oh, I don't have one right now.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
It was
No, that's all right.
That's what. This is what I was looking for. That you? No.
And there's a bunch of Kevin Wrights out there.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, there's a guy in Chicago who writes fantasy. There's a guy in Texas who writes EMS fantasy, and there's a guy that writes aeronautic stuff. Because I've had his stuff pop up on my feed. It's like, is this book by you? And I'm like, no, that guy is way smarter than me. I certainly did not write that book. So, yeah. But yep, that's Lords of Asylum right there. So yeah, if you're interested in it, it's that's the first book in the series. So
Okay. So it's Lords of Asylum, The Last Benediction, Definition of Vengeance, and Terminus Rex is all in that order, right?
Yep.
That's not right. Sorry.
I'm gonna order that.
That's all right.
All right. Check these out. Terminus Rex. End King. Right? King of the End?
Yeah.
Wow.
Latin's a little rusty, but I thought it's funny how you come up with titles for books. Sometimes you struggle for them, and I knew the title of the book before I even wrote it. I was just like, I just really liked the name of it, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna write a book around the title, and we'll figure it out, So.
Oh, that's cool. No, that's right.
Yeah.
And Unite, is he a Last of the Templars? I see the Red Cross.
There's a recurring character who's a Templar Knight. Actually, he's a Hospitaller, but so it's the color scheme is off a little bit, but whatever.
All right. I'm looking forward. I'm gonna get the books. I'm gonna look forward to seeing it. So I like reading those historical stories. I like it. Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Somebody
Thank
something.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how much you'll learn. Maybe some swear words and racist slurs. I don't know, but it's hopefully it's fun. It's it's dark. It's gritty. It's I don't know, grim dark. I guess people have called it too. So but there's also a lot of humor in it too. If you're if you like dark humor. So
yes, and our profession you have to have a dark sense of humor. Law enforcement, firemen have probably the same thing.
Oh, you're in law enforcement, huh? Okay. Well, thank you for your service.
We won't admit that. So, yeah, thank you for your service. That's firefighter.
My brother's in law enforcement.
Oh, I bet that goes well at Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we give each other crap. My cousin is too, so it's it's fun when we get together. My brother's a good guy, whatever. So, yeah.
But
brothers, you always got to rib them.
Go ahead.
I got 3 brothers that are in law enforcement too. So my father was, my grandfather. So they always tease us. So.
Oh, you guys must have like the best stories on on holidays and stuff and whatnot. I don't know.
Oh. Yeah. Dark humor.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So what book do you really want to write about? Is it one that you want to do, that you're working on, that you really want to, if you could? What genre and what any other historical story you want to put besides what you're doing now? Is there any other point in time you want to write, like ancient Rome, Vikings?
Not really. If I had to go into a different, and I'm kind of considering it right now. I have another book called Monster City out, and there's a character in it who's basically like again, he's a detective, but I'd like to kind of do like an H.P. Lovecraft Cthulhu kind of detective series at some point, where kind of maybe set in modern day, but with honestly, it'd be something similar to like True Detective, this 4th season and whatnot, where you're going around to some awful place and trying to figure out what happened to people, and then you find out that they got eaten by monsters or something like that.
That's it. Okay. Cthulhu comes out and gets them. Oh, the old ones.
Yeah. Exactly. I've always liked that stuff, So
I like it.
So, yep. We're running short on time, but I want to thank you for coming on, and hopefully this doesn't sour your taste for interviews, because this was a challenge for our end.
Hey.
But I'd really love to have you on.
Thank you guys for dealing with my my ineptitude and everything too, and I appreciate you guys sticking with it.
But
I
it's
appreciate
great.
you having me on too.
Happy to have you.
Sorry.
Yeah, when your next book comes out, or when you write the next book, reach out. We'll have you back on. We'd love to have you to talk about your next one and how it came about, and then maybe if you're going to go another different genre. I know you had the detective series style, or the steampunk. Those are kind of interesting. So we'd love to have you back on and talk about those. I think it's fantastic to see how an author creates a new genre or universe or story, and those things come from you. I mean, before there was 2001, there was a book. Before there was anything, there was an author behind it, or a writer, or a screenplay person. But movies and those kind of things don't happen without someone like yourself, someone who has that and writes it down and makes a universe. So we want to thank you for kind of doing that and creating new universes and new stories and new exciting adventures for us to take as we read, or as we listen, or as we watch, hopefully someday, for a movie.
I hope so. And you're welcome. I love doing it, and if people like reading my stuff, it makes me happy. So yeah, and I want to thank you guys again for having me on. I will absolutely reach out to you again. So this is awesome.
Thank you.
Please
much.
do. It was nice meeting you, talking to you finally. I know I had to wait for a little while. We were backed up, but it was definitely worth it. You're a cool guest.
Thank you. You guys are awesome. That was fun.
Right.
Thank you.
Take care. Hopefully we can get Pete back on, and he'll be able to say something too. I know he's been watching in the Actually, that's a live view right now. That's just Pete just listening.
Yeah.
I think. Thank you, Pete. I appreciate it, sir.
Thank you so much. All right. Have a great night.
You too. Take care, guys.
Yeah, Pete's feet is out, so he's out for the
stoic. I'm having Pete try to come on in another way. He's like, I don't want to interrupt the interview. So we'll see if that works. Man.
So that was pretty cool. I saw that ad for the steampunk series, Color of Cold Seal, and I saw the picture again. Like, it looked pretty good, the cover. So that's going on Amazon.
That's one thing we should ask him about his artist, because he's got some amazing cover art on there. Yeah, great stories, and then you get you sell a book, but what's the saying? You can't tell a book by its cover, because but the art on those, I hope you look at that and you hope the book is just as good as the cover art, but it is it's beautiful, it's amazing, and. It looks like we don't have Pete. So, anyways, we are getting close to the evening. We try to. No, there's Pete. Oh, can we hear
Is he
him?
on?
Pete, can talk.
Hey guys, what's up?
Ah,
I know you got some cool stuff to show us. What did you get? Nope. Hang on.
Listening to Kevin and his story on how to get all that writing and his ideas and how to get it all together and whether or not he's got a new title or not, and we're looking forward to him coming back. Every author we have on is unique, so it's really really cool. But yeah, real quick, guys, I picked up a few things, and I got this, which I thought was really really cool. I'm into a lot of the time travel stuff, and for those of you that actually saw the movie when it came out, I thought it was really really cool. But check this out, Sound of Thunder. This was a Ray Bradbury comic book that came out several years ago, and it's an adaptation of the actual that became a movie. So I don't know if how many of you have actually seen it. The Sound of Thunder, I thought it was a really, really good movie. So I don't know, I thought that was cool. And of course, I told you guys about Chris McCauley's stuff, and so I got that as well. And just a couple of scripts that I mentioned from a really cool collector that made copies for me. And so that's cool. And we'll see. There's other stuff going on. So for those of you,
Planet of the Apes.
oh, wow.
yeah, I got 5 scripts from Planet of the Apes. Yep. My next novel is a time travel detective story. Dorian. I want that.
Yep, I figured that was coming.
Man. You'd mentioned that's all about Dorian, man. That's cool stuff.
Actually, I have to reach out to Dorian. I'm gonna have some music work for him.
Anyway, guys, I'm going to sign off. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. I really appreciate it. We'll see you again on our next broadcast. So take care and stay safe. And thanks for tuning in, bud. So take care. Bye-bye.
Yep. And John, I guess we will call it a night. If I can find you. Where'd you go? There you are. We'll call it a night. So
Kevin sent me the cover, the cover artist. It's a Quality Customs book cover designs. For $100, they design your book.
Wow. I have to reach out.
I was like, oh wow. Yeah. So I sent the link to you.
Oh, cool.
That's
I
pretty cool.
definitely I could use that in some other things I do. But all right, so once again, thank you all for coming, and then I'll throw a
Thank you.
face up there. But it has been a challenge this evening, and we've made our way through it. And we want to thank you for joining us. But don't forget, we're here every Thursday. Talk about pop culture, sci-fi, Battlestar Galactica, anything in regards to Logan's Run, any of those kind of things. Right, that's Box. There's a Logan's Run reference, if you guys know what that one is. So we just want to thank you for joining us, and we will be back around in broadcasting range next Thursday at 8 o'clock, hopefully with a little bit better of a connection. But until then, the Stoic Pete is still there, and here I am. But we want to thank you for joining us, and once again, Fans for the Fleet. See you next week.
Fans for the Fleet, guys. Have a good night, guys.